All right, let's call the meeting to order. Boopity-bop. I'm Amy Thurlow.
Michelle Willette.
Jean Anderson.
Robin Lawson.
Margaret Russell. And Marguerite Flanagan.
All right. So Michelle, do you happen to have the agenda up? I can pull it up.
I do, yeah. Approve March 20th meeting minutes that Jean had done. I did a couple of the edits that you had. And I think that was the only thing that needed changing.
Yeah.
Vote to approve?
Yes. Second.
Aye.
Great. And then the next item is grant modification request for, well, you have two. One is on
came
the
in
agenda.
today, everyone.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the first one's the Greater Newburyport Ovarian Cancer Awareness Lantern Festival. They would like to change the date.
Which Jean called when we did this.
Yeah.
Because
So,
they're under construction.
yep.
Yeah.
So that's it. They just want to move.
To July 2nd
Yep.
and July 3rd is a rain date.
Really? So earlier?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Wow.
Because of they have no choice.
Yeah, they were doing construction,
They're
right?
constructing on the mall?
Yeah. So, motion to approve that change.
Second?
All in favor? Anyone opposed? The other one came in from Delvena today, and it's just a name change, so I want to say that their program is scheduled for the 13th of July, downstairs, and they're changing the name from whatever it was before to like Manja, Mayhem, and Meatballs. And that's it, but the rule is that it has to match the grant in order for us to pay them. So although they were saying, you know, all it is a name change, we just still have to approve it. So motion to approve.
Second that.
All
Yes.
in favor?
Aye.
And that was it.
Can I just note in here that it's just the name change?
Yeah,
The-
and I can
okay.
send you the details.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Actually, I have it in my work email too, so I'll just forward it over. Manja Meatballs and Murder,
And murder.
not Mayhem.
Oh, I like mayhem.
Yeah.
Let's change it again.
Manja, Mayhem, and Murder?
No, Manja, Murder, yes, nope.
That's a tongue twister.
Manja Meatballs and
Meatballs.
Murder.
Meatballs.
It is best if you call it meatballs, like I just did. Forward to you, Michelle.
That's a cool name.
Okay. Next is treasurer update. Nothing exciting. We had our first grant reimbursement request came in last week, and it was 100% complete because the Choral Society knows what they're doing. That's
Nice.
very rare. The library submitted today. Theirs was 100% complete. Michelle just co-signed. And then Contamus is in, but they were missing a form. So I will continue to monitor the email until July 1st. So there may be one or two. I'll save this bit for the next, further down. So we should have maybe one or two more, but so far we've only had one reimbursement request. That's it. Good.
And then from there on, Bart will need to monitor the emails.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, if anyone missed it, the Choral Society concert
Was it good?
extraordinary.
Oh,
Good.
Nice.
Excellent.
Really good.
All right, Jean, update for your reappointment is next on the agenda.
I was contacted, as all of us were, about a month ago, by.
Gretchen. Wasn't it Gretchen?
It wasn't
No.
No,
Gretchen,
Julie.
no.
Yeah.
By someone working with the selectmen to basically say, you know, do you want to renew your terms? And in my case, it was confusing. The Massachusetts Cultural Council has my term going until February 2024. The town had it recorded as approved to the end of June 2023. After some intervening
Some screenshots.
and some communication back and forth, it's still apparently they decided it needed to go to the selectmen in order to give my tenure a extension from the end of June until the end of my 3-year term in February 2024. I agreed that that was something I would like them to do. And at this particular moment in time, I have not heard back. So I do not, it's an end of June thing, it's possible it hasn't reached the selectmen for a vote or a meeting. I mean, I assume it would be pro forma, but I do not have a final word on that, but we'll have to touch base if I don't hear shortly.
Yeah, do you want me to ping her, or do you want to? I feel like I should.
I probably should.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
if I have any issues, I'll let you know.
Okay, great, because, you know, it's only a couple of weeks, and if you're gone, then who's secretary?
Right, and if there's a lapse, is there any consequence to that, you know?
I have no idea,
I mean,
other
they
than
don't
we
get back
would.
to her by the end,
By
and that's
the end of June, yeah.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah,
don't.
I don't think so. But I wanted to clarify, this is something I've been confused about for a long time. I thought that terms actually ended at the fiscal year June 30th, everybody, and that is incorrect? That is, you're sure of that, Amy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
But that is what the town thought.
Yeah,
And
and
apparently
the town
I am
thought-
the
oh,
only,
that's-
I am the only anomaly.
Yeah, because she came
I
in
started
mid-July.
on February
Ah,
2020.
so the town thought that.
So it's the town that thinks that my tenure ends at the end of June.
Not the cultural
Not
council.
the cultural council,
I
not the
see.
state. So it's recorded differently in different places.
Yeah,
And under our cultural council on the website, I don't do that. The town does that. I don't have
That
any
all
rights on
says
that.
June
Yeah.
of different
that was the
years.
issue, yeah.
Okay.
But on our, super simple, what's it called, Smart
Oh,
Simple?
Smart Simple.
It lists the correct date, yeah, so
Okay.
that's what I sent them.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay. Next is discussion of transition of roles to chair, treasurer, and secretary. So what I was going to say is, Matt, we have a town email, it's culturalcouncil@townofnewbury.org.
What's up?
Yeah, and Matt set that up last year, and it automatically will send to Michelle and my email, our personal email, which is nice, because you don't want your Gmail or whatever out there in the public. And then I had created our own Gmail as well, so it goes to that also. I'll get you the password to that, it's very simple. I'll probably change it before July, or you can change it, because I change it every July 1.
Okay.
But I emailed him today to add you and Bart to that, so you'll get those automatic notifications, that way I don't know how to get into the town email. So you still have to send emails from your own email address, but they'll come in from that central location. Or you can send it from our Gmail, which I still do.
Yes, because I could have sworn that you told me, I was searching high and low for it, because I thought you had told me that we had a town
Yeah,
email.
Yeah.
And the reason I couldn't find it
That
is because
happened
you
last year while you
continued
weren't
to-
here,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I remember that because, well, I've been actually back on the council as a member since July 1, anyway. But I couldn't find the information, and the reason I couldn't find it is because of what you just said, which is, you're still using the Gmail, the Newbury Town, Diana, right? Newbury Cultural Council at Gmail,
Mhm.
so that's what's visible.
What I would do is, if you do get in touch with him,
I will.
ask him, can I log into this account and send emails from it? Because if we don't have to use Gmail, let's use the official one.
Let's.
But he's not replied to me on that.
Yes, all right, well, I think probably what will happen is during this whole transition, I'll probably just march right over here
Mhm.
and sit down with them.
Mhm.
Because it's just a matter
Mhm.
of
Getting him down.
getting,
Yep.
because there are a lot of other things that I'm just gonna need to get up to speed on.
Yep. Newbury Town Day update by Robin.
We have,
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, any other?
I just, so I'll sit down with
Sorry.
Jean, just to let Jean know, well, Jean knows. I'll sit down with Jean, she'll come over, I'll show her a little bit of the website. She needs to get access to log into the site to post agendas and meetings and
And this is the
publicly.
town website.
This is the town cultural council
Okay.
site, yeah,
And that's what blasts the agenda out.
correct.
Yeah.
And we post the minutes after they're approved.
Yeah.
And I think some of you get the notices, I think both of you do. I don't know if everyone is signed up. You have to sign up to get it. So you should probably sign up to get it before you send them out so you can see if it gets emailed to yourself or not, then you know it worked.
Like the notices from,
The town.
From us,
oh, yeah.
yeah,
I don't
about the
believe-
agendas.
Oh, I don't get those.
Oh,
Oh,
I
you
didn't get one for this meeting, did you send one?
I don't get one either.
Oh, so you have to go onto the town website and request if you want to receive Board of Selectmen,
Oh,
Or just go
any
along.
committee, that meets.
I get the planning board.
Okay,
Because I signed up for
yeah,
planning.
I got the planning
Oh,
board too.
okay, all right.
Or
That's
just
what
check
I
the
did.
box for
Yeah.
all of them, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And getting back to the transition part of the agenda, so you two are working together, and Amy, what do you suggest we do?
You know, the way we kind of parsed it out, which was not at all communicated, is I think I do the letters to the grant recipients, I do all the paying because I'm treasurer, but the letters are chair function. Michelle does all of the meeting minutes and things like that, sends out the agenda. So that's how we've parsed it out, but I don't think, so as treasurer, Bart will be doing the paying of people, keeping track of that spreadsheet. You'll do the letters like you did before. It's a lot easier with Smart Simple. And then Jean will do the agendas, the meeting minutes, the posting of things, and that's how it will break out. I think because you and Bart are both associated with that email, I would say, my advice would be if it's got anything to do with dollars, just let Bart handle it. And anything else then you could handle.
Mhm.
But we don't get a lot of traffic to the inbox right now. So that's how I do it, but I'm happy to sit down with you and talk about anything I may have learned lately. You will find that the town has much different rules than the state. The state's a lot more flexible than the town. So for example, this ridiculous document that everyone has to sign in order for Bart to be treasurer, the state does not require that. The state does not require, oh, there was another thing, sorry, I'm a little burnt out from my week last week. There's another thing that the town requires a W-9, the state does not, and you'll have, Bart will have, and he knows this, I've emailed him. You'll have grant recipients argue with you because it doesn't say it on the state website, but it's a town requirement, so, but the accountants will tell you anything like that. So other than that, it's, like I said, a lot simpler with Smart Simple. Yeah, and I just keep track of everything.
We
in a
talked
spreadsheet.
a while ago about having a liaison to the grantees, we talked about that, remember? And I still would really like to have that role. I'm gonna see if I can,
I don't think you need that at all.
you know,
No, there's not enough, there's no email traffic. You're just paying them. There's no questions, everybody knows what to do.
then it's interesting, because there used to be,
Yeah.
there used to be more questions.
I check it maybe,
And that,
I would say check it Mondays and Fridays.
all right, that may be because it's Smart Simple, Amy, but I remember a lot more questions and a lot more. But not only that, it was not just questions necessarily, but to find out what they're doing and when, and see if we can help with publicizing and things like that. That's really kind of what I had in mind. Is that how can we make your, whatever your activity is, not that we're a Coral Society, that wouldn't be relevant, but something like, maybe Delvina, or some of the other ones that are really town-centric, what we can do to, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but can we, help you publicize? That's kind of what I had in mind, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it was not necessary, I don't know.
I think that once you left, we kind of took a look at the council and our workload and changed things a little bit. I also think with, is it Cindy at the Council on Aging? She does a great job on her own of marketing, and she was new
She sure
at
does.
that time. So I personally would not have time to market people's events for them. They can do that themselves. That's part of the grant process.
Oh, good, excellent.
So,
I was thinking just ideas.
I think that
Ideas about, here's what you can do around town.
The one suggestion I would have
You
though is, for next year's grant, other than putting it in the newspaper, I mean, it was kind of my idea to like have this,
Yeah, that didn't-
all the region, that was a flop. But I think.
not your fault.
No, but I think that, maybe the last 2 years of grant recipients should get an email from the Newburytown Council, especially the ones that are town-centric events, just saying, hey, the grant is gonna be opening up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's-
That would be important, even if it was just a BCC letter that goes out to people.
Yeah.
Because not everybody gets the newspaper.
Yeah, I think other councils do that.
Do what, Amy?
Send out
A letter to the past
a note to their
recipients.
past grant applicants. Not just recipients either, you could do to all applicants,
Yes, yeah.
people that you've denied in the past.
Okay. So I think this is kind of for further discussion.
Yeah.
In the handoff.
And you just create an Excel spreadsheet of it and do a mail merge and boom,
Mhm.
you're done. Just to let you know, boopity bop.
Mm.
Yeah. Or BCC, whichever you prefer. Yeah. Any other questions about chair stuff?
I think we'll table it. You know, you and I can
Okay.
have a session.
Sorry, my agenda is not in print.
Newburytown Day.
Yeah, Newburytown.
Newburytown Day. There are a lot of proposals, for instance, having a static helicopter over at the airfield. And that we're waiting for approvals on things like that. There's an initiative to work with the model airplane people who are doing some expo over there that weekend and wrap that into Newburytown Day. We're waiting for updates from people who are in charge of that. The baseball game, the vintage baseball game is actually going to happen on Newburytown Day after all, and one of the ball players actually wants to have a brass band, so
Fun.
that would be way cool. Some people who participated last year, we haven't heard from them, we're kind of tracking them down. What else do I have to report to you? Heidi is working on taking over from you, Margaret, and she and I have had other priorities over the past few weeks for lots of reasons. So she and I are actually getting together tomorrow to sync up, but Heidi's in charge of the Open Studios and Spencer Pierce Little Bar. How that's going, I can't report because I just don't know. But anyhow, it's definitely happening. And a lot of the things that we did last year are on, which I updated you about last
Some
year.
are what, are on?
Are on, yeah. For the pancake breakfast is on, the tours of the historic New England houses, the tours of the old schoolhouse, the things that were really popular. Heidi and I need to go and sit down with the deputy, Aaron Wojcicki, who's going to be in charge now that Patty is police chief, and that's something she and I will talk about tomorrow night, to find out about tours of the police station and those kinds of things. So a lot of the details just need to be nailed down. I can tell you at town meeting, sorry,
This is
we got a zero uptake from town meeting, zero, and part of
Yeah,
it,
it was
part of it
needed.
is, absolutely, well, the message just got completely buried.
By the way, thank you for thanking us. That was very kind of you. I was there.
Yes, I know.
I wasn't, but I heard. Thank you.
Well, it was heartfelt. I was glad to do it, and especially what you were just talking about, Amy, with the handoff. But let's not go there. In any event, so there was no uptake, and then we had a town-wide planning meeting on whatever it was, and nobody showed up. So we
Nobody.
decided.
I was out of town, but
No, it's completely, to try to get people to come to something like that on a Saturday morning in the spring, good luck. We're realistic. But what we try to avoid, we really want to get everybody together so that everybody knows what everybody else is doing. And we don't need, speaking of not having,
Sorry, just to interrupt, that was
Is that Matt?
Kroll, and he's, I believe, the chair of the rec.
Should we tell them that?
So, do you want me to?
Yeah, just tell them that we'll be.
Will be Helen?
well, I mean, if they overbooked us at 6, we got 5 minutes. He can wait.
so what I was saying, I forgot.
Sorry.
Planning committee, no one showed up and.
We were past that.
Oh,
but-
yeah, no, speaking of not having time, what's challenging is who has time for a lot of one-off conversations with people? Not to mention, people just have to use the email, so because we have, like you're talking about, Amy, with what we're doing with the cultural council, so that Heidi and I have transparency into what the other one's doing, Anyway, it's a bit of a struggle, but we're realistic, and we aren't gonna try to try to force a round peg into a square hole, but at the same time, people have to be cognizant of our limitations as well. So we're just working through that, but it's 2.5 months away. So
Right.
So
yeah.
that.
And there's definitely enthusiasm about it. The Pink House, I don't know if any of you know, maybe you do, Minnie. Rochelle Joseph, who is involved with the Save the Pink House initiative, is very high I had a lengthy conversation with her on Friday morning to get involved, which is really great, because as I told her, we banged our heads against the wall last year trying to get more participation out on Plum Island, and she knows all kinds of people out there, so this is a very, very good thing. She wants to have Pink House themed, whatever, maybe a color, I don't know, art exhibit like you did, maybe at Peter Hall, so she's on it. And that'll be, that really, she has the same objectives for the Pink House involvement in Newburytown Day as we do for Newburytown Day. You know, so we're aligned, so I was very excited about that, so, you know, it's definitely happening.
So
And-
last year, oh, sorry.
No, that's it, that's all I was gonna say.
So I don't forget, so every year we're supposed to do some type of survey, asking people what their interest was. Last year, you guys did the survey at the
Plum Fest.
At the Plum Fest, but you also did it at Newburytown Day at
the
the
island,
open
yeah.
studio, or
At
at
the-
your event.
Yep.
I don't know if somebody wants to do it at Newburytown Day, because that's gonna be more consolidated, more people
Well, what
there.
we talked about, as I recall, Michelle, was we said, best case scenario, there's somebody at Spencer Pierce Little Farm, there's somebody in the morning at the pancake breakfast, go have breakfast in Byfield. And it has a survey and both
Right.
places to capture.
And that was
more
covered in
of
the
Right,
population.
okay, I
Yeah.
just didn't know if you wanted to solidify that, or,
I think it was
that- so
pretty
we need-
solid, yeah?
Yeah, it was, we
Okay.
need some,
I mean,
we
we
need
actually
somebody
voted
to,
on it,
Okay.
but it was.
Yeah.
I think it was,
You weren't at the
yeah.
meeting,
No, I
so
wasn't.
that-
Somebody needs to
That
do
was
it.
part of it, yeah.
someone needs to organize it. So-
Yeah, that's no, Bart and Minnie hit it out of the park last time.
Yeah, we'll
They
just,
really did.
Yes, with
Oh,
help,
I
tweak
with
still
help
have,
from me, because Minnie had COVID.
I still have your signs. I should have brought them.
You're talking about-
well, you know, we
about
have the
Plum Fest,
other
right?
sign, so it's probably a better sign, the one
Yeah,
that you provided, right? Do you think
I have all three.
you do?
I have the rolled up one.
See what we can get.
And then
Oh,
the
yeah,
foam
that's
one.
right.
Yeah.
And Plum Fest, that was the one, you're
At the
talking
Plum
about,
Fest,
you're talking
yes.
about the one during Newburytown Day. Yes, hit it out of the park.
Yeah, the Newburytown Day, yeah, yeah. So, but I don't know, what would be the setup at the pancake breakfast?
Step table out front,
Just put it outside,
yep,
out front.
weather permitting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and just catch people as they go in.
Yeah, so we probably only need the one sign anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, right, and I think the thing lasts maybe 2 hours.
Yeah,
I
yeah, because
don't
we had
know,
talked about
because I
capturing
wasn't there.
Pfizer this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be super. So anyhow, yeah, that's a great venue, and then Plum Fest as well, is what we also agreed to. Okay, so that's all that's what I have to report, and it looks as though we lost our patron saint of social media, of digital media, who just did not do it again this year. So it looks as though I'm gonna be it's just easier for me to keep the website updated, but where I really need help, if anybody's interested, is with social media, which is not my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that's gonna shake out, but we need somebody to help us with that.
Do you know anyone with a high school student who would kind of do it for work experience?
No, I don't.
Because they're great at social media.
Well, you know what, actually, when Heidi and I get together tomorrow, Joe Martis, who was the patron saint of digital communications last year, he's got a kid in high school, and so Joe's kid might do it, so that's one thing that we'll talk to, she and I will talk about tomorrow night, because that's
I wonder
actually
if that could be
a very good
rolled
idea.
I'm
Excuse me?
sorry. If that could be rolled into a community service
Oh,
project
absolutely,
at the school.
oh, yes,
100%,
absolutely,
yeah.
because all the kids, the high school kids who came in and volunteered the day of, they got community
They got credit, yeah.
points for that, yeah, as well they should.
right.
Okay, additional business as needed? Nothing?
No?
All right, and you have the next,
Yeah, next meeting is September 11th at 5:30. Is that still
Lovely.
work with everyone?
yeah, works great for me.
It works great for me.
Yeah.
All right,
December.
I have,
meeting adjourned
I
or
have
motion
the
to
Newburytown Day
adjourn?
stuff, by the way.
Oh, okay, good.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, take as many as you like.
Adjourned, okay.